I'm going to tell you 10 ways that you might be unintentionally making yourself unattractive and how to fix it. So I encourage you to watch this video until the very end, because at the end I'm going to give you the most important thing that you absolutely need to know if you're going to turn this ship around. All right, so let's begin. Number one, you're simply not interesting enough. Men who are looking for a relationship, they're oftentimes looking for a woman who can ignite drive and passion in them. So if you don't have anything going on in your life, that's one thing you need to change immediately. Men like to have women they can have fun with. They want to have a woman that has things going on in her life. So if you're not doing anything but being a couch potato and your biggest activity is going to the grocery store or painting the rooms in your house for the third time, you're going to have a hard time finding a quality man that finds you attractive. Girl, you got to get a life. Find an activity or a group to be part of. Not only will it show that you have your own interests, but it will also give you something to talk about should you start dating someone. And the plus side is you're less likely to look needy and to smother him to death, because you'll have things going on in your life already. You ain't got time to smother him. Now, number two, you should have unpacked all of that horrible baggage you've been lugging around from all those past relationships that didn't work out. Girl, hopefully you started to work on yourself instead of trying to find a man that'll make you happy, because that's not his responsibility. And no man wants to be your hobby. He doesn't want to be the center of your universe. He wants to know that you're already a complete as a woman before you enter into a relationship of any kind. So if you're not happy and content with yourself as an individual, you've got some work to do. Check out my video right here on how to be single and happy. This is going to be a great start to give you a fantastic foundation to build on. Number three, don't try to be something you're not. The last thing you want to do is to be looking one way and really be a whole different woman. For example, with your makeup should be there to enhance your natural beauty, not make you look like somebody completely different. Most of my male friends really do appreciate a woman's natural beauty. You don't want to spend the entire day with him looking like one thing, and then at the end of the day you wash your face and now he's sitting back thinking, ooh, I ain't signed up for that. Because you looking completely different when you take your makeup off. The same thing goes with social media. If you portray yourself on social media that you're fun-loving through all your photos and that you're outgoing, he's going to expect that same person. And then if you also show yourself with high-ticket items and classy cars and Gucci bags and Prada and all that, and you talk about I'm chasing that bag, he could have the impression that you're materialistic, and he might shy away from dating you because he thinks that you're a gold digger and you're always going to be up in his pockets. So don't make things harder than they have to be, ladies. Number four, chasing him. Don't chase him. Girl, don't chase him. It makes you look highly unattractive. Because believe it or not, ladies, men want the opportunity to pursue you. You calling and texting him over and over because he ain't responding quickly enough, that doesn't make you look attractive. You look needy. And you look like you ain't got nothing else going on in your life but him. Remember, he's not trying to be your latest hobby. So the more you try to catch him, the farther and the faster he's going to run away. You have to think, ladies, anything that you've ever really wanted in life and desired, it wasn't easily obtainable. And you as a woman should be the same thing. If you consider yourself a high-ticket item, you shouldn't be that easy to get. And you shouldn't decrease your value by chasing him, not requiring him to do anything. The last thing you want is to just be another option for him. You make yourself an option when he knows that he can have you at the drop of a dime, whether he calls or not. And if you think that the more you seek him and show him that he's important, that he's going to act the same way towards you, you got another thing coming. There is no incentive for him to make you a priority in his life because he knows he can have you whenever he wants. Really quick, if you like this video so far, please hit the like button. When you hit the like button on the video, video, it tells me that you're enjoying the content. Number 5, acting needy or overbearing. So let me explain. A needy woman is a woman who'll do anything and put up with being treated any old kind of way just to keep that man, because she feels like it's better to have something than to have nothing at all. So is that you? Are you a needy woman? Whew. All right. So now, number 6. You can't take things so serious, ladies. You gotta know how to have some fun. Men need to know that you know how to take a joke and that you have an opportunity to be playful and you don't mind getting your hands dirty. Number 7, if you don't have any balance in your life, that's unattractive. Meaning, he doesn't feel like he can take you anywhere. He's got to be real particular about where he takes you because he don't want to get embarrassed. A man wants a woman that he can take in just about any environment and be proud of. So, you need to be that kind of woman that can be taken around his parents. You can hang out with his friends. And if he wanted to take you to a 5-star restaurant, you know how to conduct yourself in that environment as well. A lot of times women find themselves trying to be the same person that you were when you met him. So if you met him in a club and you were all loud and boisterous and everybody was tripping and whatnot and having a good old time, then you feel like you should be that kind of person with him all the time. However, you've got to be able to adjust your actions to fit your surroundings. You can't be all loud and boisterous like you were at the club, for example. If you're meeting his mother or hanging out with his family, they'll be giving you the side eye. Like, this lady don't even know how to act. You'll be doing yourself a great disservice if you don't expand your horizons and start learning how to read a room. If you walk in and no one's loud, girl, use your inside voice. If you walk in and everybody's speaking very eloquently, then this would not be the time for you to use slang. If you're going into an environment where people are dressed very conservatively, then leave your low-cut tops, stilettos, and your short skirts at home. You don't want somebody going, she act like she ain't got no home training. Number 8, showing insecurity or lack of confidence. So if you're at that point in your life, take a minute and evaluate where you are and be honest with yourself. Are you happy with the way you look and your position in life? If you're not happy with the way you look, then change your clothing. If you're unhappy with your weight, then girl, lose some weight. Go join a gym. If you don't like your place in life, well, perhaps you need to take some courses or take some training classes to be at a different point in your life. Your insecurity and your lack of confidence will damage that relationship with him. And you may find yourself being instantly insecure when he's around other women that he probably ain't even attracted to, but you in your feelings because of your insecurities. It also may lead you to constantly question him about his intentions and where he's been and what he's been doing and who he's with. And girl, you're gonna wreak havoc in that relationship that you're trying to start. And this man ain't even giving you any reasons to start questioning him. And now you on his nerves. All simply because you didn't personally try to get yourself together and increase your own personal confidence before you got with them. Number 9, don't act like you're better than somebody. There's nothing wrong with being intelligent, and no one's going to tell you to dumb yourself down for anybody. You can be smart. Just don't put anyone else down. And certainly don't try to use technical language when you don't know the meaning of the words. You sound slow. You can't put $5 words in a $2 sentence. You can't tell you how many women I know that go and try to look better to a man, and they use these big old huge words, but they end up using them incorrectly, and then they're looking all silly. So just be yourself. Just try to learn how to effectively communicate. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't need all the bells and whistles. You just have to be able to hold a decent conversation. All right. This is the one I told you that you absolutely had to have, that you've been waiting on if you're going to turn this ship around. It's number 10. You have to act logically. You have to be able to manage yourself when you're upset and you're angry. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with having emotions because that's the way we're built. There's nothing wrong with following your intuition because you absolutely should. However, you don't want to be the woman that gets all in her feelings and you're feeling fearful about something, then you come off screaming and hollering and cussing and whatnot, and you sound like Shanae out in the streets instead of sounding like you got some sense. That's unattractive. It's way more attractive if you're able to be frustrated about a situation and be angry about a situation, and you take a moment and you say, look, I'm gonna need a second because I do not like what's happening here. And you take a minute and you go get your emotions together and you think logically about this situation. You know, sometimes you got to call your friend. I done called my friend before and say, girl, am I tripping? Because I might be tripping. And your friends will let you know if you done lost your mind. Take a minute and make sure you're thinking about that whole situation realistically, that you're thinking about it logically, that you've looked at it from his perspective and from your perspective, because there's always two sides. And if you need some time, take some time. Me personally, if I'm really pissed off about something, I'm gonna need about 24 hours. Do not talk to me. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm not happy. But you have to be honest with your mate or your spouse, your husband, the boy you're dating, whatever the situation is, and just say, look, it ain't like I don't, my feelings have changed for you in any way, but I'm gonna need a second because I can't deal with this situation. I need a minute to be by myself, to get myself situated and my mind wrapped around this. And then we can come back and talk about it. But until then, I'm gonna need some space. And that's perfectly fine. But you need to pay attention to your tone and your delivery, because the last thing you want is to say something that you can't take back. So ladies, hopefully you found this beneficial.